Here's my question to you. What is your setup to take a long or a short? If you don't know what your setup is, then how will you identify that setup on the charts when you're looking at these charts live? Very easy to identify them after it's all formed, right? Anybody can do that. Come back and look at the markets once they've moved and say, oh yeah, that's where I would have shorted. But can you do it live? Can you do it live as I've shown you on my Twitter profile for each of my trade journals? Can you do it live as I've shown you in my live video trade case studies? You can only do it live if you know what you're looking for, okay? What is your setup? What do you need to see to go short or to go long, to expect repricing higher or to expect repricing lower? What do you see here, okay? And I'm showing you these every single day. You're not doing the study. That's the only reason you're not able to identify these in real time when you're looking at the charts. What do you see here right at the high? 3 up candles become your bearish order block when we trade down through there. Isn't that the exact statement that I've made just, I think it was a day ago? Let's have a look. Where's my Twitter profile? I think it was this trade here. This trade here was the exact setup on a video that I've shown you, okay? And I've said this before, these setups repeat. This is on a 1 minute chart, okay? 3 up candles, bearish, order block, displacement, okay? Any movement back up in there, into that level, can be a short, okay? Or wait for another displacement back up into fair value gap. This is another bearish order block. What time's that? 2:30, okay? Where have I shown you this? Let's have a look. This exact trade on Tuesday, the 10th of September, 2024. 3 up candles, we go straight down. That validates those 3 up candles as the bearish order block. What time is this happening? 9:30. This next candle goes straight up into there, right? That's where we would expect repricing lower from as soon as we trade down, right? Take out these 3 up candles. We are now in a sell program. Target equal lows or lower. That is this exact trade that I've journaled on this day. Go back, study the charts. This is on a 1 minute chart, but I've done a video on this and I've shown you how this looks on a 5 minute chart. That trade is the exact setup we now see today at the London Open. Okay? If you're not seeing this, it's because you are not putting these out and studying this on your charts or on paper. Okay? When does this occur? These 3 up candles, when is high made? This is in the first 15 minutes of the London second hour. You can expect repricing as soon as this down candle goes through those 3 up candles. If you don't like that, because it's not 2:30 yet, which is where I like to trade the London, then you wait. Right? Another displacement back up into the fair value gap, and this is also bearish order block, mitigation block of these 2 down candles because we haven't made a new high. Back up, when's that? 2:30. Where can we expect this to go? You've got equal lows here. Okay? So if you're entering here, equal lows, right? 20 pips, equal lows. 27 pips, equal lows. 30 pips, down to this swing low. Easy, 50 pips. Okay? You have to study these charts. You have to identify what do you need to see to expect repricing lower by the algorithm. Right? These patterns occur over and over again. This on a 1 minute chart is the exact same pattern on this 5 minute chart that I took on Tuesday, New York session. They're all journaled. All of my trades are journaled. I'm showing you this. This is how I identified my setup on a 1 minute, but I've got multiple screens, as I said, where I'm looking at the 5 minute, I'm looking at the 1 hour, the 4 hour. Okay? Watch the video on this trade. Each is there on my Twitter profile. Okay? But I'll talk about the entries. Okay? I've shown you this morning, this long, right? This was an amazing entry to capture this entire move up. Have you printed this? Have you taken note of it? Have you made notes on this setup that I walked you through in a video I did today? Is that going to be your setup where you can expect repricing higher? Have you gone back and have you studied this chart? Have you printed this out? Because this will appear again and again and again. Is that your setup that you now need to see to expect repricing by the algorithm higher? Or are you just going to ignore this? Are you watching this just for entertainment? It won't be until you start to study these and print these out and identify that to be your setup that you need to see at the right time for your entry. It won't be until you do that that you'll start to get this, okay? Time's important as well. Go back and look at the video I did this morning on this entry and the time, right? This setup here, time's important. On this short, when's this happening? Inside of the second hour. When have I said is the best time to trade any market inside the second hour? Okay, I prefer 30 minutes within the second hour, which is here. So we get 3 up candles, bearish order block, displacement. Okay, again, displacement. Back up at 2:30 into bearish order block, mitigation block, which are these 2 down candles. We don't make it up there, that's fine. Here's 2:30. We're getting another bearish signature. Also, ICT optimal entry. Okay, what about down here? Is this your setup to go long, right? What have I said about 3 candles going down on any time frame? When do we have a breaking structure? We're going down, we're going down, we're going down, we're going down. What time is this? What time is all this happening? 3:30. Is that a coincidence? Okay, I've mentioned these times over and over and over again and again and again. They don't change, right? I've mentioned that I love to see 3 down candles. Okay, here we take out this liquidity. What time is that going on? 3:30. Is that now your setup that you need to see at this time after seeing a dump down? Okay, where's the change in structure with this little displacement? That's the first time we make a big move up that goes above a up candle, this up candle. Okay, pull back, 3 down candles, take out liquidity. Doesn't have to be much. Okay, and now we have a displacement to the upside. Okay, what time is that? 3:30. Is that going to be your setup that you need to see to identify a long entry to expect repricing by the algorithm higher? You are not seeing this because you are not studying the charts. Okay, let's go back to this and let's study another example. Again, this is from my London short that I did. Where's this London short? This one. This is London short that I did yesterday prior to the news announcement. Okay, same setup, 3 up candles. Is that the one? No, this is the one. Okay, same setup. We've got up candles, which are our bearish order block. Displacement down. Okay, push back up into fair value gap. We have right on at 3:30. This setup forms. Right, 3:30. Again, perfect time. After taking out liquidity. Right, this move up is prior to 3:30. Takes out all that liquidity on the left, all these highs. Okay, 3:30 comes in. Pump for the dump. Up candles are our bearish order block. Okay, displacement, leaving gaps. This move back up into fair value gap, back into the bearish order block. Okay, back into the mitigation block, down again. Okay, move back up into this fair value gap, down again. Same setup as what we have today. This one's it's very similar, right? There will be variations. They're not going to give it to you on a silver platter, right? There will be variations, but they are very similar, right? 3 up candles, displacement, consolidation, displacement, back up at 2:30 into fair value gap, displacement. Up to you where you want to take profits. These equal lows, these equal lows, these equal lows, all the way down here under this swing low, right? It's come back down there as well. Okay, that's 50 pips, easy 50 pips. Okay, this for your long entry, study it. This at 3:30 that we're having now, right? Study it. Okay, so I ask you the question again, what is your setup? What do you need to see to expect repricing lower or expect repricing higher? These patterns repeat again and again and again at these key times. If you're not studying the charts and you're not going back and looking at these and then monitoring the markets live to try and identify these in real time, you're not going to be able to learn. If you're just watching these videos for entertainment, you're not going to be able to learn. You're just wasting your time. Okay, study the charts, study the videos, study the journals that I put up on my Twitter profile, right? All these trades. Okay, you got to go back and study them. This one here, this long trade that I did. Have you gone back and opened your chart and identified where was this order block? Right? I do the journal and then I do the video to help you to talk about the entry and I'll walk you through what I was thinking. Sometimes I do it live during the entry, sometimes I do it after because I may not have time at that point in time to focus on my trade. Okay? Have you gone back and have you studied this chart? Have you gone back and have you marked out the order block? Have you gone back and looked at this chart on different time frames? Okay? If you're not doing that, you're not investing your time in learning and studying the things I'm showing you, you'll never learn it. If you're just watching the videos for entertainment and just clapping along, you'll never learn it. Okay? Are you looking at higher time frame? This long. What's this zone of mark here? Why is this moving up? What's going on in the market? Are you looking at different time frames? Okay? I'm already along this market from lower. I've already gone through that trade. Okay? What's this yellow shaded area? Look at that. Identify that on your own charts. You've got to do the study. Right? You've got to do the study. This move down, it's coming back into where? Why has this come down? Number one, it's taken a high, which I mentioned in my video this morning when I got into this trade, okay, from Asia, right, down here. I spoke about this order block that was created in the PM session, right, and I said that I'll be targeting a key high. Why is this coming back down? Number one, it's taken a high. Number two, it's coming back into the order block, okay. Let's have a look at a 1 hour chart. You've got to look at these on different time frames. What is that yellow box there? What has the market come down into? A 1 hour fair value gap. And this order block on the 1 hourly chart. I've got these levels marked. Have you got these levels marked? Are you studying where the market can pull back into? Right? This is on my chart already. Okay? Why else is it coming down in here? What else is going on in here? Let's have a look at a 4 hourly chart. You've got to look at different time frames. Coming down into 4 hourly order block. Right? What is order flow? So far, we're down coming into 4 hourly bullish order block, a 1 hourly bullish fair value gap. Order flow is bullish. Why did the market turn around from here? What are the few reasons? Well, number one, there was a swing high. So liquidity has been taken, after which the market then seeks inefficiency or some other liquidity in the opposing end. It's coming to this fair value gap, the small one on a 50-minute chart, also this bigger one on a 1-hour chart, also this bullish order block, okay, where it's found support, where I would expect it to find support. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but at least there's an expectation, okay, at the right time, 3 a.m. or 3:30, right, inside there, okay. That's one reason the market's popped down. The other reason is this 4-hourly chart, fair value gap, 4-hourly bullish order block, okay, and this 4-hourly fair value gap on the top end. That's another reason for it to find resistance then come back down, okay. So you've got to have these levels marked on your chart, and you've got to be studying the charts on the lower time frames to identify what do you need to see to expect pricing, or turnaround, the key turnaround points, right? What do you need to see to expect the market to turn around? It's been going up since Asia this morning from this level. This was the key turning point that I explained to you. It's been going up. And as it's been going up, whoops, let me grab a arrow. As it's been going up, where can you expect a turnaround? Well, that blue box is the 4-hourly fair value gap. That should be marked on your chart in advance, so you know to expect to take profits there if you see some level of resistance like there. Why do I see that as a level of resistance? Well, number one, it's a 4-hourly fair value gap. Number two, I'm getting bearish signatures that I can now actually trade back down after seeing that, at least down to this swing low, right? I've shown you a couple of videos yesterday. I did them on purpose, and I journaled those trades, every one of them, and I traded them live, every one of them, for evidence that once you understand price action, you can trade every swing, okay? So let's see, where are they? The first trade, I think, was, this is the Asia trade, okay, that I took a long on, all the way up to the highs there. And I mentioned this in an analysis video prior to taking that trade, okay? And I've mentioned that here, right? That I've taken this trade in alignment with my analysis video that I posted in the morning prior to taking this trade, where I was expecting, and I said, auto flow is bullish, and I explained why. And then I took this trade up to the highs, okay? That has been the high so far, right? Then I took a short at those highs, which was this trade. So there was my long, this was my short. Took that swing up, took that swing down. Then I took a long from when we went down after the news. So I've traded every swing here yesterday on purpose. I've traded these lives, recorded them, they're all there in video for you to go and learn. I've done that to prove to you that you're learning from someone who understands price action, and I've mentioned this before, and there's plenty of evidence on my Twitter profile and in my YouTube channel where I've done a lot of these live, okay? But what it means is that once you understand price action, you can trade every swing. You can identify every turning point. It doesn't mean you have to and have a trade, but it means you have the ability to do so. And you're only going to learn that if you study the charts and identify your setups from the bucket of setups that I'm showing you every single day in every single session, okay? So it's up to you. The choice is yours. The one who studies the charts the most is the one who's going to be the winner. That's the bottom line. It's nothing to do with intelligence. It's nothing to do with luck. It's nothing to do with personality, although there is some level of psychology needed, discipline, but that comes with practice, okay, and experience. But the confidence comes from knowing what you need to see to identify your setups. Because once you identify your setups, and that's all you're looking for, then every time you see that, you will have no hesitation, right? You will have no hesitation because you will have the confidence with the experience that you will have developed by seeing the same setups reappear again and again and again at the same times. Maybe slightly different variations because they're not going to give it to you on a silver platter, but they'll be very similar. I hope this video is useful. I will now talk with you in a future video.